Hey guys, Nicholas from Health Space here. Part 1 of my mobility for athletes and for office workers is the hip flexor. So hip flexor is a very common muscle that gets tight in a lot of people. Because we do a lot of people sort of sitting, causes tension through the front of the hips. In a lot of runners, because as that knee comes up and forward, we're contracting and using that muscle through there. In martial artists like myself, when we punch, we're using that muscle. Also when we kick. Same thing with soccer players, kicking as well. But also when you want to do your best squats, because as we squat down, we're using that muscle to stabilize our spine. So a bit of anatomy 101. Our hip flexor muscle is formed by two muscles. We've got the iliacus, which attaches onto the iliac crest or iliac fossa right in through here. We have also the psoas, which attaches onto the lower 5 vertebra. These come down and form a common tendon down through this junction, and then attach onto the front part of the hip down to about through here. Ideally, we want to make sure that we have a nice, muscle balance between the front and the back. If it's not, as I said, that's going to cause that action to tighten up. It makes it really hard for our glute to fire, which is important for hip extension. So the best stretch for that, guys, is one you're probably familiar with: knee down on the ground, pushing forward until you feel a nice stretch through here. It's really important to keep our back nice and upright. So the best way to do that is hands on your knee and then pushing forward. Okay. I guess a different modification or stretch is for part 2, which I'm going to show you, is we want to get into not just stretching out through the hip, but the actual anterior chain. So because our muscles don't work in unison, they work, together in groups, it's also important that we stretch it out like that too. So the best way to stretch out that anterior sling, which is that hip flexor, quadricep muscle, and tib ant, knee it on the ground like we did for the first one, and going to flex that knee, holding through the foot to keep the toes up, and then just going to stretch forward, as I say, keeping that back nice and up straight. So like with any stretch, hold that for a good 30-40 seconds, and then obviously repeat on the other side. Flexing that knee, holding there, and then stretching forward. Okay guys, so that concludes video number 1. Stay tuned for video number 2. Bye.